And sunny skies and warm temperatures remain in the forecast as we welcome in the benefits of high pressure statewide.
And Alaska lawmakers question whether more voters were wrongfully flagged by the state's citizenship check. Our investigation into these claims.
You're watching Alaska's news source.
3 people are dead after a fiery plane crash near the remote town of McCarthy.
The crash happened late Monday night around 9:36 p.m. The NTSB told us today the plane was coming in for a landing on an airstrip at Dan Creek, which is a small community about 20 miles east of McCarthy inside Wrangell St. Elias National Park and Preserve. The plane banked left when it was coming in for a landing and it burst into flames. And now we're learning the names of 2 people on board who were killed. A family member confirmed local pilot Jason Lobo and passenger 23-year-old Anadir Elliott died on that wreck. We have not confirmed the name of a second passenger.
We actually have an investigative team on scene as we speak right now. They're going through the wreckage and beginning their investigation. So that's all we really know at this point right now. But unfortunately, this accident did result in 3 fatalities.
Now, the plane has been identified as a privately owned Piper PA-22. Their remains were taken to the state medical examiner's office for positive identification. We spoke to the father of Anadir Elliott. We have part of that interview on our website, and we'll have more on the late edition. Tomorrow, the NTSB is expected to release its final report on last year's deadly Bering air crash near Nome. Johnson Kuhn recaps what we know so far and what's changed since the crash.
The NTSB's final report is still hours away, but a major factual docket reveals deep investigative focus on several performance factors in the plane's final minutes. On February 6, 2025, Flight 445 left Unalakleet for Nome, but lost contact at 3,500 feet, later found on Norton Sound sea ice. A pilot in a separate plane routed nearby reported spiky 1.5-inch thick ice, calling it the worst she'd ever seen. The factual report also raises questions about weight and performance. Investigators say the plane was hundreds of pounds over max takeoff weight and nearly 1,000 pounds over the limit for icing conditions. The pilot reported 1,000 pounds of fuel, but data indicated more than 1,400 pounds on board. The last recorded speed was about 52 knots, well below the minimum speeds listed in the aircraft's handbook for icing conditions. Bering Air has since added a new simulator training flight ahead of annual pilot testing. Its specialty designed to force pilots to recognize and escape severe in-flight icing conditions. We'll have details on the final report online and on air tomorrow. Johnson Kuhn, Alaska's news source.
And now a heads up, if you're heading south to Homer, a multi-car crash has closed the Sterling Highway near mile marker 164 in both directions. The Department of Transportation expects the highway to be closed for several hours. The DOT says a detour is available through the old Sterling Highway. We'll continue to update this story as more information becomes available. Keep an eye on that on our website and our app.
And tonight, Anchorage police are identifying the victim of Tuesday's deadly crash on Northern Lights Boulevard near UAA Drive as 23-year-old Kylie Hogendome. Now, Anchorage police say Hogendome was killed after a crash hit a light post. She was declared dead at the scene. Her 2 children were also in the car, a 4-year-old daughter and an almost 2-year-old son. Both were taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. That crash is still under investigation. Meanwhile, Hogendome's family spoke with our Georgina Fernandez today, sharing who she was and how you can help that family. That story is on our website right now.
And in Juneau, police say the state of Alaska medical examiner has identified remains found in a freezer last week as Ross Pasquan. On July 19th, the Juneau Police Department responded to a home near the 6500 block of Glacier Highway. Officers found the remains again inside a freezer. It was in a locked structure on the property. We'll continue to track that story.
Yeah, police are unsure how long that body was in the freezer, but say it was found by a group cleaning a house after the death of a family member. Unclear if Pasquan and was related to the family. JPD says they are looking into the possibility that the remains were hidden for financial gains or other motives. All right, switching gears right now and turning to weather. Another sunny day right here in South Central.
Meteorologist Bailey Braun joining us now with hopefully some more sunshine. Bailey.
Oh yeah, expect more sunshine on the way. We really felt these warm temperatures kicking in today, and that's only going to continue into your Thursday and especially into your Friday. Today, these high temperatures across South Central reaching into the 70s for the Matsu Valley. Anchorage peaking up to 67 degrees. Similar temperatures are on the way tomorrow, but we are expecting slightly warmer temperatures Across the state right now, this is where we're seeing some temperatures really beginning to warm up. Areas like King Salmon reaching up to 75 degrees, and across the interior sitting in the upper 60s. Tomorrow we are expecting these high temperatures very similar. And across southeast, this is where temperatures are also reaching up into the low 60s, even into the upper 60s in areas like Juneau. Now, as we look ahead for tomorrow, mostly sunny skies across South Central and for Anchorage, high temperatures reaching up to 72 degrees. The warmest temperatures across town are most likely to be a little bit more inland, closer to the mountains. So if you're in the Campbell Creek area, that's where temperatures are really going to pick up close to the mid-70s. Into the interior, partly sunny skies ahead with temperatures reaching up to 70 degrees. For Southwest Alaska, mostly clear skies, temperatures in the mid-60s. And for Juneau, temperatures reaching up to 74 degrees. Overnight lows tonight will reach down to 55 degrees in Anchorage, reaching it into the 50s for areas like Fairbanks and also for areas like Haines as well. Now for tomorrow, expect mostly sunny skies across the southern regions of Alaska. We'll see some increased cloud cover for areas like the interior, but otherwise just brace for more sunshine and even more of this warmth ahead.
All right, Bailey, thanks so much. We'll check back in with you in just a little bit. Well, last week we learned thousands of Alaskan voters were taken off the active voter roll.
And today, lawmakers are calling that move illegal and demanding it be reversed. Our political reporter Will Courtney has this story.
Weeks ago, thousands in the state received a letter asking them to verify their citizenship. Elections Director Carol Beecher said the division deactivated the registration of more than 3,000 voters.
We received a large number of individuals had been indicated as non-citizens.
But some of them are.
I really laughed out loud because I thought this was very ridiculous, especially since the letter just had a checkbox. What kind of verification is that?
On Wednesday, 20 lawmakers came out against that push, signing a letter calling the move illegal and based on inaccurate data. Beecher told lawmakers weeks ago the high numbers likely came from outdated records. The Elections Division says those who got the letter are still able to vote, but lawmakers say the confusion itself is the problem.
So for the most part, there's no reason for people to think their votes won't be counted.
Representative Kai Holland helped write that letter, and while he isn't concerned that votes won't count, he is worried it could curb voter turnout.
As we've already done so much to give people reason to doubt the integrity of our election, to doubt the quality of the roll and their participation at this, to me, was just adding more doubt into something where we've been sharing what I think are kind of spurious claims and accusations.
The Elections Division said Wednesday they plan to respond to the letter. That after we filed a public records request on Monday seeking more documents on the letter. Will Courtney, Alaska's news source.
We've got more information on this report, included expanded reaction from lawmakers on our website.
Well, 20 years after one of the longest combat deployments of the Iraq War, veterans of the 172nd Stryker Brigade Combat Team returned to Fort Wainwright for a reunion.
Adrian Peterson was there as the Arctic Wolves reunited and remembered the 36 soldiers who never came home.
This tribute is dedicated to our fallen Arctic Wolves.
For the soldiers of the 172nd Stryker Brigade Combat Team, the Arctic Wolves, 2 decades haven't dulled the memories. Veterans gathered at Fort Wainwright this month for a long-awaited reunion, honoring a unit that served 16 grueling months in Iraq, one of the longest deployments of the war.
We knew we were stepping into history. We were tasked with taking the 172nd into the heart of a brutal insurgency.
The brigade deployed to Mosul in 2005, then was extended to Baghdad as violence fractured the capital. In all, the unit sustained nearly 400 casualties. 36 soldiers were killed in action. Gold Star families joined veterans at the ceremony, a reminder that the cost of that service is still carried every day.
The loss and the emotions we experience are still as vivid to me today as they were 20 years ago.
But the reunion wasn't only about grief. It was about legacy and the bond that doesn't break.
Camaraderie and brotherhood and sistership, they're like my family still, and especially with seeing everybody, I actually got choked up on seeing some of the people I haven't seen in 20 years. So
the 172nd's legacy lives on through the 11th Airborne Division, now stationed at Fort Wainwright, carrying forward the Arctic Wolves' mission and their memory. Adrian Peterson, Alaska's news source.
That reunion also included a dinner and a memorial wall.
Yeah, the wall honors the brigade's fallen, located at Fort Wainwright.
Temperatures are only on the rise this week with little change ahead, so make sure that you check out your sunset times in order to soak in the maximum amount of sunshine.
Thanks for listening. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcast from Alaska's news source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.